Hi there, I'm Lyndon Thorpe, and this is Our Way, Our Wealth. I'm here every weekend, Saturday and Sunday, and I like to bring you up to date with what's happening on my front and generally in the world. Welcome. No guests this weekend, but just we'll bring you up to date with lots of things. Yesterday we had Lodestone Q&A with Dr. Muhiba Jamusi and Ebishila Dietspiff. As usual, we now have a regular thing going on a Friday. It's great. And yesterday we were talking about the difference of age across cultures. This is something quite fascinating. The topic was really stimulating because we've got three really different perspectives. I'm born in England, an academic, ex-academic, and I live in Japan. Dr. Jamusi is a Tunisian, so her native tongue is Arabic and French, and she also is an English speaker. So she was born in North Africa, and Ebishila was born in Nigeria. So we got a really wonderful cross perspective about age and culture. And of course, this is preceded by many other topics that really relate to diversity. We've been examining diversity in leadership and diversity according to age and so on. Been quite fascinating. And what happens is if you haven't attended, I really recommend you do. It's great fun. I give a short presentation on the embodiment aspect of the topic, and we choose our topics quite carefully. And then we start to discuss, and we prepare a few questions ahead of time, but it's mostly spontaneous discussion. Unfortunately, if you look at yesterday's live, you'll find there were some internet problems. Yes, we had a typhoon here in Japan, so I was cut out a couple of times by the internet. But Ebishila and Dr. Jamusi just went on, and we got there in the end. But it really is a great session. So if you'd like to know more, of course, it's based on my Lodestone product, which is a 30-day program of audio transmissions to help rewire your brain and get below all the conditioning that's been laid down since you were 5 years of age that restricts you to your gender, your education, your culture, your creed, all of those things which are controlling us as we live in large urban populations. And so, basically, if you'd like to know more about Lodestone, please come and join us. And we meet at the same time every Friday, 9 a.m. BST. In fact, all of my audio work happens, audio and video work live happens in the morning BST. So yes, come and join us. And if you'd like to be a guest in the studio, we'd be delighted. We can take up to 10 people in the studio. At the moment, we've only got 3. So if you'd like to come and join in and, contribute to some of the fascinating discussions we have, please just DM me and I'll send you a guest link. I don't use Zoom, I use StreamYard because I find it much more artistic, and I'd rather have live guests than just have people popping in and out on a whim. So if you'd like to become part of the furniture, then just DM me, I'll send you a link. Okay, so this week, yes, we on my profile, we've come to the end of 2 campaigns. We've run 2 campaigns. One was called Embodied Leadership, 10 solutions. And so there were 10 posts giving solutions to problems in leadership. And then the second campaign was about a topic I'd like to just tell you about now, which is really important. Just give me one moment. Sorry, quite a lot of noise around, so I just closed the door. Yes, on the 17th of September, I'm starting a new series of events. I've run 3 cycles so far. They have been called Escape the 9-to-5 Grind, but because I'm leaning now much more towards embodiment and helping people to quit their 9-to-5 grind through leaving their mindset and going into their body and their spirit, then this series, this cycle 4, is rather different. This cycle, I'm inviting you to come and co-host the session with me, and I've got 13 topics lined up that are all about embodiment, and so you can choose which topic you fancy, and you can come and talk for 20 minutes around that topic area, and also you can learn how to be an embodied presenter. So I've been teaching communication skills in and around the world for the last 30 years. And so, yeah, I love going live, whether it's voice or video, whatever it is, I love it. And I think it is the future. It's the best way for us to be authentic. It's the best way to get to know audiences. So, yeah, when I started to ask people if they also went live and if they enjoyed it, many of them said, "Oh no, I can't go live. I would never survive. I'm hopeless at that kind of thing, and I'm scared." And so I decided I'd like to help people to go live, because I do feel it is the future, especially with the rise of AI. So I'm offering some coaching, well, mentoring actually, about going live. You'll get to learn StreamYard, which is a great platform. And hopefully, when you've survived and thrived on the performance, on the event itself, then you'll be able to go off and start getting more practice by yourself, or come back and join me again. I love co-hosting and I love working with people. So yes, if you're interested, please let me know. You can DM me, or I will put the link below this window when I've finished talking, and you can just apply to come and do that. Again, as I said, you choose your topic, the week of the topic you like, and then you come and you speak for 20 minutes on a related topic or even the same topic, so that we can co-host the session together. I'll show you how to formulate your 20-minute talk. I'll give you some tips on voice, on appearance. Yeah, I've done this so much in my life, and I'd like to hand on some of the skills, and we can get to know each other and have good fun in the meantime. So yes, check below this window after I finish speaking, and you'll find all the details to apply to go live. I'll just tell you a little bit more about it. I've been posting about it this week, and in fact, yeah, we've posted 9 posts about it now. And one of the topics that's important when you go live is the power of your voice. Really, voice is everything, and I do feel that podcasts are the future. We are overcome and overwhelmed by videos and screens and the visual, but the podcast is very magical still. If you like, we really are brought into the world listening to stories, aren't we? As a child, what was your favourite time? bedtime and story time was always mine. And you're all cozy and comfortable, and then your parent tells you or reads you a really good story, and their voices are always so calming, and you fall asleep. It's a very natural way to fall asleep, listening to someone speak at bedtime. I'm not suggesting podcasts should make people fall asleep, but I am suggesting that I think listening to people speak without seeing their faces is magical, because really the voice is everything. It's not just sound, it's confidence, it's presence, and it's embodiment. And as you know, I'm an embodiment mentor. If you are truly embodied, then your voice is truly embodied. It really reflects your physiology, your heart energy, your motivation, and it is a challenge for many people to use their voices effectively, because they're not really embodied, because they are disconnected from their true nature. So, yes, for decades I've worked with people not only with the singing voice, but also with the speaking voice in terms of presentations. I've worked with academics mainly who needed to give a presentation, and I've helped them prepare, and I've helped leaders and performers and other professionals help them to find their voice. Finding your voice is a little bit like finding your own identity. Yeah, we lose track of our real selves because we're always performing out in the world, when all the time our resources and our richness is inside. And once we go inside, we can really find out who we are. Finding out who we are is all about finding out which voice is our authentic voice. So I love helping people to discover their voices. We've had some very interesting times here in Japan, because in Japan we've got a problem with voices, especially for women, because the culture here very often demands that women's voices are very high and small and don't really express who they are. And so, working with young Japanese women to embody their voice meant helping them to embody their true nature. And to me, there's nothing more wonderful than seeing someone really getting in touch with who they are at a deep level. So if you join me in the masterclass, which is starting on the 17th of September, which is my event series for the 4th cycle, as I mentioned earlier, then you'll learn how to use your voice as a tool for impact. You'll learn how to feel your breath in your body, and how that embodied breath really is so natural once you get the hang of it. You'll also learn how to speak so that people really listen and really remember what you say. So really, this opportunity to co-host with me could benefit you enormously. And who knows, we might go on working together, and you'll really grow your confidence and really get so comfortable being live. It's important. Maybe you feel shy or nervous. Many people have told me they do. But really, the fact is that your voice matters. And you're not going to relate to the people you're meant to relate to, in other words, your tribe, your audience, properly, unless you go live, unless you let them relate to you in the physical, in the visual, and with your voice. Your voice matters, really, it does. And you'll be amazed to know that your body already knows how to look after itself. It's just the interference of the mind which prevents you from recognizing that. And I have various techniques to help you to get out of that interference, to stop that interference, so that you can really step into your true nature and your true identity. And I'm a seasoned host. I've done thousands of live performances. I've also taught my classes online for years, which is a live performance for each class, week after week. So I can guide you step by step. And if you apply, you can fill in this very simple form. You'll find it beneath this window. And then what happens is I'll check out what you want to do, your topic and so on. And then we'll have a call and we'll talk more about your plan and how I can help you to give an embodied performance. So yes, from shy to spotlight. You may say, I'm nervous and I don't know what to say, but I will help you prepare that. You will not be alone. You'll have a guide to practice with and do tech check, so I can teach you exactly how to check everything, and we'll do some embodiment work together, and then you will walk out onto the stage, into the spotlight of a live broadcast, and you'll speak with flow and people will listen. So yes, go from shy to spotlight. So apply for my Cycle 4 Masterclass today. I'm opening applications until the 10th of September. So you don't really have that much time left before you need to apply. So please think about that. Yes, going back to your voice, really. Words, you may be very worried about what you're going to say, but actually words are only symbols. And so I will take you below and behind those symbols so that your words will not be hollow. They'll be rich and resonant. And if you present your ideas with a rich and resonant voice, people will listen and they will remember you. You have to build trust with an audience. If you're an entrepreneur or solopreneur, especially, you need to build trust with your audience. The most effective way to do that is to go live, to actually show who you are, to actually talk to your audience in a genuine, caring way. Even if you're a coach, you may be hiding behind your kind of polished talks and so on. But to actually give more weight and more importance to what you're trying to coach, you need an embodied voice, an authentic voice. And I can help you activate that. It's all to do with the breath, really, and your gut and your heart. If your breath is working properly, if your heart is open, and if your gut is really toned up, then your voice will carry resonance. People will not just hear the words, they'll feel them. This is the goal. We can listen to words, but until they're embodied, they will not drop into our unconscious mind. They'll just be wallpaper, really. And I think that's what's happening. Many people are speaking without embodiment, and really there's nothing to remember. There's nothing left when the talk is over. Our goal is to give something to our audience, and we can really do that through the voice. And this has nothing to do with eloquence. You may think you are not an eloquent person. It has nothing to do with that. It's really essentially about coherence. Coherence meaning meaning. And you will never get your meaning across to your audience if you are not embodied and if you're not really speaking from your heart. So your voice needs to be activated. You need to learn how to breathe into your belly and how to soften the throat. And you'll see with time how the tone of your voice deepens and gets steady as you become more and more resonant. Yeah. And this is important for everything, really, but especially when you go live, which, as I mentioned earlier, everybody needs to do it now. If you hide behind posts, then you're just going to join the flood of content that is out there, and very little of it will be memorable. You're wasting your time, really. Yeah. You may think posting every day will connect you with your audience, but increasingly posts are being written by AI. They are bland. They do not resonate with people. So really, you're wasting your time. It's so much more powerful to give a 20-minute talk live. 20 minutes isn't very long, but if you do it really well, it will really transform how people perceive you, and more importantly, how you perceive yourself. So if you apply to join my masterclass starting on the 17th every Wednesday for 13 weeks, if you apply with my guidance, you'll learn how to settle into your body, to learn how to flow in a professional broadcast, to develop the skill of improvising. I never read from a script, ever. I have a few notes, and sometimes I don't even have notes. I speak from my heart. I speak from my true nature, and I've always got something to say, which is memorable. And so, yes, with my guidance, you'll learn how to do that, how to flow, how to speak spontaneously, and you'll leave after your 20-minute co-hosting with me with so much more confidence than you started with. I'm offering you a training ground with a deadline. Okay, so you choose your week, choose your date, your topic. I work with you on it. We get you really fluent, confident, and then we perform together. So these 20 minutes could really change you. As I say, 20 minutes doesn't sound like very much, but it will really change you, and you will develop so much confidence and find out so much about yourself too. The process of being mentored through this will teach you so much about this. And it's not just about LinkedIn at all. Of course, the lives are very important on LinkedIn, and the algorithm really loves it if you're live. I'm live 8 times a week when everything's in place. At the moment, it's 7 because the events haven't started. But I go live every single day. But it's not just about LinkedIn at all. The skills you'll practice, voice, presence, and embodiment, will translate into podcasts, video interviews, public speaking, and any moment where your voice needs to carry. And I'll help you unveil the broadcaster inside you. I reckon everybody is a broadcaster. So I have special techniques that will help you uncover your broadcasting skills so that every platform you go onto becomes your stage. Going live on Facebook, going live on any other platform you mention. This is what people want. The audiences out there crave to see live people talking about things they're passionate about, disclosing their lives, opening up. Because if we're not careful, yes, AI will inhibit us. We'll get confusion about what is genuine and what is not. Already there are AI podcasters out there, I'm afraid to say. It's possible now to make an AI video of yourself. All you need is a few photographs and AI will do the rest. People are making twins. Yes, I know of several people who are investing a lot of money in building a twin of themselves so that they don't have to work. Their AI twin can do everything while they lie on the beach and drink margaritas. Yeah, this is really happening. It's the future. So if you want to avoid being pronounced a robot or being disregarded because your podcasts or your posts or anything really you put out onto the net is not genuine, then the best thing to do is jump in now, take this opportunity, come and find out how skilled you are and how much fun it is to go live. Yes, of course, there's a little bit of tension before we start the countdown, but I'll tell you how to deal with that. And then, of course, there are things that go wrong. Technical things may go wrong. You may forget your lines, but always, of course, you can use notes. And with practice and some coaching from me, you'll enjoy it. You'll be so pleased with yourself when you go live. People start to comment and say, how much they respect you and so on. Yes, I get a lot of really good feedback from my live performances. Someone today told me I should never do podcasts because I'm too beautiful. I don't think that's true at all. But, I should be doing videos all the time. Actually, of course, I love doing videos, but I also love doing podcasts. I love the challenge of making my voice really resonate and really reaching out to my audience. So there we are. Please jump in, fill in the form below, and then you'll automatically be able to book a session with me to discuss what you want to do. We can start practicing, start giving you tips, and we can work up to your performance date. And there you have it. You'll be a live broadcaster. Exciting? Hope so. Okay, speak to you very soon. It's time for me to stop now. I'll be back again tomorrow. I'll, of course, encourage you again tomorrow. And in the meantime, this is Lyndon Thorpe. Our way, our wealth. Saturday and Sunday, I'm here. Please join me. And don't forget to comment. I'd love to have some comments from you. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.